This Good Morning Northwest Morning Sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Good morning. It is 6:52. Time to get you ready to take on your Monday with the morning sprint. Destiny Richards is in studio with a crackdown on distracted driving and the hefty fines you could get as a result. And it's going to be a wet next few days. Mark will tell us how much rain we can expect. But we begin with an Idaho jury set to hear opening statements in the triple murder trial of Lori Vallow Daybell. The court called 1,800 people as potential jurors and whittled down the pool to 10 men and 8 women last week. Vallow Daybell is charged with murdering her 7-year-old son and 16-year-old daughter and conspiring to murder her husband's first wife in 2019. Vallow's husband, Chad Daybell, is also charged with the murders and will be tried separately. Both defendants have pleaded not guilty, but only Vallow Daybell's trial begins today. Chad's trial date has not yet been set. A shelter-in-place order has been issued for neighborhoods near a burning fishing ship in the Hylebos waterway in Tacoma. The order says a significant explosion took place and fire conditions have worsened. According to the U.S. Coast Guard, the burning ship is believed to be carrying 55,000 gallons of diesel and 19,000 pounds of Freon. It caught fire early Saturday morning while moored in the waterway. As a precautionary measure, the EPA is conducting air monitoring to assess air quality in the surrounding areas. No one's been hurt. The Coast Guard says there are no signs of maritime pollution. Lawmakers in Olympia passed a bill which would ban the import and sale of popular rifles, including AR-15s. The ban includes semi-automatic rifles less than 30 inches, fixed magazines with a capacity to accept more than 10 rounds, and semi-automatic shotguns with one or more additional features. The bill does not ban firearms from people who already own them. There were some amendments made to the bill, so it will head back to the House before being sent to Governor Jay Inslee's desk.
As we look at our First Alert weather, and that First Alert weather app would be amazing to have right now because we've got changes coming. First of all, it's been a wet start. We're starting to see this head north of I-90. We'll have showers continuing, and this is going to continue not only today, tonight, but into tomorrow. And then tomorrow afternoon, chance of showers. Mountain snow is expected, and we are expecting to see, again, cloudy, rainy conditions at times, light rain, high today 63.
This morning, the city of Pullman is working to repair a water leak. The Pullman Police Department posted this notice on Facebook late last night saying, "We have been receiving countless reports about this water leak and residential water outages this evening." Police say the city is trying to resolve the issue as quickly as possible. A federal judge in Spokane ordered U.S. authorities to not make any changes that would restrict access to the abortion medication mifepristone. That ruling countering a ruling made by a judge in Texas that ordered a hold on the federal approval of the drug. It's the same drug that Governor Inslee bought a 3-year supply of to ensure Washingtonians will continue to have access to abortion medication. And Planned Parenthood is condemning the recent passing of Idaho's abortion trafficking bill, which made it illegal for adults to transport minors to get an abortion without their parents' consent. That bill has been coined as the abortion trafficking bill. Governor Little signed this bill into law 8 months after the Gem State instituted a complete abortion ban, which limited exceptions. To avoid violating the constitutional right to travel between states, Idaho's law targets the in-state portion of the trip en route to an out-of-state abortion provider. But despite this, Planned Parenthood says its doors will continue to remain open to give people care.
Sending a text on your phone while driving, even at a stoplight, can get you a ticket in Washington. It's Distracted Driving Awareness Month, and Washington State Patrol is keeping an eye out for drivers not paying attention behind the wheel. In 2017, Washington passed the Driving Under the Influence of Electronics Act, and ever since it became a traffic violation to use cell phones or any electronic device while driving. You are allowed to use your phone if you're contacting emergency services or using it hands-free, but it's best to pull over or park if you need to send a text or make a phone call. In Washington, distracted driving from using your cell phone could cost you at least $136, and a second violation within 5 years, it's at least $234. For more information, including tips to prevent yourself from distracted driving, see this story on KXLY.com.
Drivers, there are several construction projects going on in Spokane this morning. Riverside Avenue will be closed between Stevens and Wall. and Howard will be closed between Riverside and Sprague for the Riverside Grind and Overlay project. This project is currently on phase 3. It is expected to be completed by Saturday, April 22nd. Crews are also working on the Thor-Freya corridor between Sprague and Hartson Avenue to replace temporary markings with permanent striping. There will be intermittent lane closures in both directions, and work is expected to finish on April 28th. You can check out KXLY.com for the full list of closures and delays on the roads. Dozens of war veterans from the Spokane area are taking a special trip leaving about now. For the first time this year, Inland Northwest Honor Flight is taking this group to Washington, D.C., where memorials are built to honor their service. In 1952, a 21-year-old U.S. soldier took his first step into a country he'd never been to before. More than 70 years later, Mick Buzzard still remembers his times in the Korean War. He says it would be an overwhelming experience seeing names of his battle buddies on those memorials. Read more about his story and the Veterans Honor Flight on KXLY.com. Check out weather right after this.